Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Train Man, and welcome to the weekly timetable for the week of October 5th, 2014. We are into October. I don't know what I was really going to go with there. Anyways, so we had 7 videos this week, 7 including the podcast, which came out earlier today. On Monday, we had Terminus Modular Minecraft, episode 68. What is this called? In Search of Bees. That's right. Now, we didn't actually get any bees, nor did we even build an apiary, which is what we were going for, and that kind of went out the window when I remembered all the machinery that we needed, but that's what we worked on. We worked towards getting the bees eventually, if we ever go back and look at this here. The reason for that is tomorrow is the first episode of Simulation Protocol Overload, featuring the League of Extraordinary Minecrafters. That'd be myself, Weibold, John, Chris. Chris, unfortunately, isn't there. He's got a broken hand, so he's out of commission for a little while. Hopefully he'll be there in future episodes, in spirit at least.
No inventory space. I can't... Well, you gotta be there. There. Empty this machine's inventory. Okay, I did. Now what? Oh, I get it. It's trying to make like apple juice or something, I bet. Hold on. Usage. It makes fruit juice. Okay. Not seed oil. What am I thinking?
Anyways, on Tuesday, we had... I'm trying to find it in the list here. We had Tremman Plays Christosaurus Locomotion, episode 149. I'm 1 week ahead of myself. Complications to experiments. Now, if you recall last episode, we made a little experimental railway with stations that didn't quite, that were not connected, they were individual platforms, but I built it such that the trains would treat them all equally. That didn't quite work anyways, but that's what the plan was, and at any rate, what we had in the end was just a kind of system of 3 different stations, because I had to break down that whole thing. So we start to add onto this experimental system a little bit with some other attachments and ways to bring plastic pellets back where we need them to be. That is, of course, elaborated on next episode. As you will see, it actually turns out pretty well for all the experimental stuff that we threw into it.
Whoa, what are you doing here? Oh, wait a minute. Somebody's confused, and it's not the person I thought it was. These are not the droids you're looking for, son of a gun. Some of the weirdest tracking I've ever done.
On Wednesday, we had War Thunder, episode 27, the Ruski Day, because there's a couple videos in there where I'm flying my Russian planes. Now, the reason for that is actually just because we were kind of hopping through the countries and seeing if we could get all the little 2x XP done. Didn't happen, but we tried. And the best ones were the ones with the Russian planes. I don't know why. May or may not have been the best ones, but those were probably the most entertaining.
Which in my case is the bigger new biplane.
Yeah, he's got the biplanes and a tank. And I've got a bunch of random tier 1s.
I died.
Well,
how did it... I got killed by the person that...
I ran out of throttle.
oh my. How are you ever going to survive?
I'm not.
Oh. Oh my, indeed.
Ow.
Oh, excuse the force.
Yes,
It didn't work.
It's breaking everything. No.
Anyways, on Thursday we had Zombie Train episode 91, The Great Arturo Swamp. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I didn't plan on putting in the swamp at all. In fact, I didn't plan on any water features being on Arturo, and instead I put down the largest body of water outside of the ocean that we have so far. Which is, you know, impressive in its own right, but I'm sitting there as I was building it going, why am I putting this here? I mean, I guess I just really need something to fill the space, but hey, whatever. We got that, and we got a waterfall. Anyways, as I mentioned in the video, episode 93 is coming up, and that's an op session, so you guys need to tell me exactly what you want to see. Get to it.
Now, the reason I went for the waterfall in the end was that I had trouble suspending my disbelief that all this water would just stay here if there's a river that leads out. And so I had to decide, well, there's got to be a waterfall, and where am I going to put that waterfall? Well, why not right there? That was the extent of my decision. It's obviously a very small and constricting waterfall, which allowed the area to fill up like this. And I'm not sure about the actual nuances of the water physics. I don't know. But yeah, so I wreck my water there, and I cut back a little bit, and then I make this area wicked deep. And you'll see that in just a second. And I was trying to cut the curve kind of sharply, so I wouldn't need to worry about the narrow gauge that's hanging out right there.
On Friday, we had Tremens Fever episode 6, Bridge Troubles. Now, the reason that we had Bridge Troubles is really because I don't quite understand how to do bridges in this game yet. Or possibly because the game doesn't do bridges very well, but one of the two is definitely the case. Either way, a new patch was pushed out today, so that means in a couple episodes we'll be seeing the effects of that. I'm not entirely sure what was included in it. I haven't looked at the changelog, I just know that there was a patch. At any rate, the Bridge Troubles leads into some very unusual, or probably not unusual per se, but useless systems that are single track and very long and probably aren't going to be lucrative in the long run. Wink. I, of course, do know what happens. I have an episode recorded ahead of this. And, it can be a little bit surprising.
Speaking of a train. Alright, so let's check back this way. This is the most bridgy route I've probably ever built. Goes right over the freight line there. And just to kind of spit in the face of whoever thought this was a dumb idea, I'm gonna do that, because F you. That includes my face, for the record, because this is such a bad idea. Alright, but we need a depot, so let's go ahead and grab one of those.
On Saturday, we had Space Engineers Episode 10 Connector Connection. Because I connected a connector, and it was connected. Like, we made a connection. You and I, we made a connection in here. Kidding. But anyways, we got a connector built on top of the little shuttle that we're going to turn into a station. And I attached my mining chip to it, which allows me to transfer materials directly, which is good, because I kind of knocked down the settings a little bit when I originally made the world. I'm sure I've talked about this on there, but I knocked down the settings a little bit, not on purpose, but I don't feel like changing them up now. So we're gonna have to use, machinery for pretty much everything because our person can't do very much, which is fine.
Boy, this is awkward.
What?
Controlling it like this, with the top down, trying to pilot this connector. Aha.
I need another
Yes.
my ship needs another gyroscope.
Mission has been accomplished.
Look at my evil thing. Let me go get grinding time.
We're gonna have 4 people soon enough, so we'll have twice the manpower we do right now. And earlier today, on Saturday, technically we recorded it, but whatever. The Terminus podcast, episode 11, The Return of Person X. Now, I thought you thought his saga was over, but he's back. And apparently he didn't have a bad day, so we'll see how that turns out. I'm sure in 2 weeks TJ will have some more to tell us about what happens with Person X, but we talk about plenty of things in this episode. We have some narrow gauge debates, a few other things. We use the Chama rail cam. We get to see some of the narrow gauge engines shuffling around. Steam power too, which is something we don't get to see every day, but or really any day. There aren't too many steam railroad rail cams out there, and I really wouldn't say too many of those are very active. Either way, Chama depot cam south facing roundhouse at engine shed, really. And it was a pretty cool episode, very long one, talking about all sorts of things from Selkirk to live steam to more live steam, actually, and Person X, of course. But that was our biggest thing this week, of course, but we have 3 Video of the Week candidates. Let's check them out. Down at the bottom, we actually have one. This one was sent to me by a friend, so that's that. We'll just not gonna name it. See? I told you. He wanted me to name him. Not gonna name him, so screw you. Go ahead, drop your drop a comment, person. But it's the lawnmower DUI. Somebody, a drunken dude, apparently, took his ride-on lawnmower, hooked up 10 shopping carts to it, and was driving around. The whole police report is just hilarious, because, well, drunken people are funny until they throw up on you, but that's beside the point. Yeah, so Steve's lawnmower DUI with 10 stolen shopping carts. Quite a title, quite a video. The one, I don't know. The last one is definitely the most epic, so I'm gonna throw this one in here. The flying over Tisno Bridge. Now, I wouldn't call it flying. Somebody doesn't realize the drawbridge is up and drives anyways. So, stunt jump completed. Anyways, the woman claims that the sun was in her eyes, which doesn't seem physically possible considering the shadows are facing the other way, but I don't know what to say here about the fact that somebody managed to drive over a drawbridge on purpose. Anyways, so Video of the Week, that means there was one left, and that is the GoPro under the 75-mile-an-hour train. Now, this is pretty impressive. If you ever wanted to see what it looks like to get run over by a train without actually being run over by a train, video. It is really cool, and it's funny because there's a lot of time in the beginning of it where you're like, where the hell is the train? Also, the gates come down really quickly before the train comes by. Anyways, yeah, what it got me thinking when it was at the beginning was just, are we going to get to see this whole train go by? And then you realize the train is hauling, it's going really fast. And, of course, I couldn't see the title when I was looking at it because it was an embedded video on a website. But, yeah, 75 miles an hour. Quite a fast train. BNSF, people. Alright, and I think that rounds out my day, so I'll see you on Monday with the first of the Simulation Protocol Overload videos. Seems like it's going to be a fun time. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you next week. Treyman out.